All right, so I wasn't aware of this, and I feel like I should have been aware of this. That not only is there leaks or rumors that PlayStation's coming out with an actual portable again, but apparently now it's like rumored / leaked that it's going to be releasing near the release of the PS6. I think this is stupid. I think they're going to have actually a huge marketing issue because they're going to have a problem with like differentiating the PlayStation. What is it called? Go? No. What is that? The
portable?
Is it called PlayStation Portable? No, that's PSP. No. The Portal?
PlayStation Portal. The streaming one.
Yeah, the streaming one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the PlayStation Portal, I think it's called.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have a real issue with like different. Assuming these are true, right? That
right. Know. They honestly should just, if they're gonna do that, discontinue the streaming one.
Oh, absolutely.
And just like have the new one do that like natively.
Oh yeah,
it is cool. Actually, I learned recently that the Portal one or whatever, the one that's out now, is a lot cooler than I thought it was. Like you don't have to be in the same house with it. You can just like leave as long as your PlayStation's on at home. It like uses that.
Right.
So, but yeah, like I mean, if you're just gonna make a portable system, then you literally don't need the other thing. So.
Right. Well, because the portable system could probably just have that feature.
Right.
Like, so why would I? Why would I pay for that again? I mean, or they discontinue it a little before, just so like, you know.
Right.
But either way,
which I could see them doing. Yeah, I mean, why keep making it? Especially if you're gonna do it at the launch of the PS6, right? Like, I don't know.
Do you think it's real though?
I don't see why. I mean, I don't know, because they have their Portal thing, I guess, right? So PlayStation's always been kind of also in the portable gaming area, you know, all the way back to like PSP.
Right, PSP, so, right. Which was goated, by the way. Like, let's be real.
PSP,
I mean, all their portals were amazing. Just for like, they really were.
The new one was just too convoluted. Yeah, and the new one was just too convoluted that like no one understood it. But now that it's like updated and actually like works, it's good.
Right.
I mean, I could see it, and I hope they do it right this time and just be like, well, you can connect your PlayStation account and then just download your games from your PS5 or whatever, right? Like we're at this point where like you don't need just like portable versions of these games or anything. It can just play the Steam versions of it or whatever, you know?
But if they're coming with their own portable, I don't believe they're gonna let like it's gonna be Steam compatible.
No, it's definitely not. I'm just saying though, like the Steam Deck can just play like Days Gone, right? Like
right.
We don't need like a mobile version essentially of Days Gone or like Ghost of Tsushima or anything. Like these handheld systems should be able to play the console versions of the games.
Oh yeah, like we're getting to this future finally where we like portable games can run these AAAs. You know, like the Steam Deck isn't insanely powerful by any stretch, but it can run these AAA games just like at much lower resolution stuff. But we're getting like Switch is doing
perfectly fine.
Switch 2, you know, like Switch 2 is cornering the portable market by being like a literal hybrid. But it will be a tough sell for PlayStation to be like, hey, get a PS6 and get, you know, the portable.
Right.
It's gonna be over $1,000.
I also assume the PS6 is gonna be, I mean that system alone is gonna be probably $800. I would have to guess.
Oh yeah, I mean people are saying that the Pro's gonna be like, because they're gonna raise the price soon. I mean, like, or that's predicted, right? They're like $800. So people are like, oh, buy it now before it's too late. Like, I think his name's like Ryan, the head writer for Xbox on IGN, got a PS6 Pro or 5 Pro because of GTA 6. Like he's like, I want to play on the best possible console, and clearly it's gonna be PlayStation. It's like, okay.
I mean, I guess he's right.
No, he's right.
I mean,
but
in that regard.
Right. But I don't know. It just feels like PlayStation might have an issue on their hand. I don't want it to fail, mostly because I remember, if you're gonna, I'm never going back to the console gaming, right? But if you tell me there's like a $300 portable PlayStation game that, you know, I can play my PlayStation games on again, you know, I could be sold on it. Maybe. You know, it's a big maybe.
Right.
But I appreciate the option. You know, that's what we want, options.
Yeah, honestly, and you know, it's not like a stupid thing that they're trying to do, like what Xbox is doing with Asus and that.
Yeah, that
like where they're just like sponsoring a system, right? It's like no, they're like making their own thing, which I like can support, I guess. And you know, they like we said, they have done it before, so they know how to, and what they're like trying to do with it, I guess. Especially at this point now, right? We don't need the streaming thing. We don't need like any of that stupid stuff.
Right.
Like just make a portable system that plays all the PlayStation games. You don't even need to make whatever you call it. We'll just say PSP 2 or whatever, right? Well, you don't need to make PSP 2 games or whatever. Just like be like, all right, PS5, PS6 games work on it. PS4 games work on it.
I feel like PSP is still, it just rolls off the tongue though.
PSP is just so good.
Like I just like the name PSP, like, or maybe because of nostalgia. I don't know, you know, because we grew up with a PSP and it was just like
right.
Also,
it just sounded cool.
Which is also what I'm also curious on is like, if you recall, PlayStation was like the first to not be greedy with the system. Where what's it called? Remember when like Sly Cooper came out and it's like, hey, you buy this on one, you get it on the other for free.
Oh yeah, it was like you bought it on the Vita or PS3, and then you got the other version for free, vice versa, whatever.
You got like a download code. It might have been only PS4 to Vita. It might have been. I don't remember if it was the other way around, but I know you definitely got Vita when you got PS4. But with that said, though, that was still super cool. And if they kept that for like a portable PSP, that'd be a really good selling point.
Oh, 100%.
I just but I feel like, oh my god, I feel like they could do it. Have bring back PSP, the brand. Like it could be like PSP, I don't know, next. I don't know.
Right. PSP Pro or something, right? Just like something easy, something people will remember, right? Like if you call it a PSP again and just be like PSP Pro or whatever, or PSP 2, right? Something.
Right.
Easy money, easy marketing, right? Everybody knows what the PSP was. It was like super successful. Like, I don't know. I think I like their approach for these handheld things that they try to do. The Portal one was just kind of like weird, I guess. I don't know. But like
the
everything
marketing
else
was weird. The marketing for they did not explain well enough that like, oh, you can basically play your PS5 anywhere if you have an internet connection.
Right. And they keep updating it so it does different things. So, you know, people who are already turned off on it, like they keep updating it to like let it do more and more. So it like actually has gotten a lot better since it came out. But people just, you know, when it came out, it was like, oh, you had to be in the house. You had to like,
wait, how much is it?
Be on the same internet. I think it's only like $200. I don't remember. It's super cheap though, honestly.
If it's 200, if it's 300, like
300's pushing it, yeah. But I think it's only 200
for a device that only lets you stream games, like
for like a streaming device, essentially. Yeah.
Right, but I don't know. It just it'd be interesting. It would also just basically kill Xbox like forever. That'd be like the final nail in the coffin. You know,
I mean, Xbox could maybe try to get Game Pass on it or something. I guess that would be like the only saving grace for them.
Please,
Sony, share your money with us.
Well, I mean, Xbox makes stupid money with like by publishing their games on every system that isn't Xbox. It just, you know, but like we kind of mentioned before, they're totally dropping the ball on like an Xbox portable.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't get why. Whatever. I guess it's a different conversation, but it just. I
guess because they have no like first party games really coming out either.
Right.
Like they could make a. I don't know. They could make a handheld system and be like an Xbox portable, right? But like that means nothing still. Like you're just playing Game Pass games on it, and like we already have the Steam Deck, we already have the Asus. You know, I guess it does make sense why they would just partner with one of them and be like, oh, give us the Game Pass funds through your systems. I don't know. Regardless, you know, Xbox is kind of done with systems anyway, so whatever.
Now you think about it, it's also a lot easier now to make portable systems because you don't have to make discs. Like the PSP was all disc based, right? The Vita was all digital, but we just didn't. There were like storage space wasn't there. What's it called? What is it called?
The Vita had like those game cards, like the Switch does.
Did it?
And yeah,
I thought it was all digital.
They had physical games. No, they had.
Really?
They had, that was the PSP Go.
Oh,
the like last version of the PSP or whatever. But yeah, the Vita had game cards. And they were like little cartridges like the Switch. So
I don't remember that at all. I mean, it makes sense only because I do remember there being like cases,
and their cases were really good. They were like those little blue cases. They were like tiny little squares.
You're right.
It's very reminiscent to the Switch, honestly.
$200
for the stream
the portal, yeah. Which I mean, I guess sure, $200. That's a fair price unless it's gonna get marked up. But I don't know. Either way, let's see here. It's to be the launch close to PS6 launch, which kind of confuses me because then I feel like you're making your people
also
pick one or the other.
When is the PS6 coming out? Why are we talking about that? Right?
I think because I think it was like leaked that their plan is 2028. Yeah, it says here. So he's been saying the PS5 is in the later half of its life since 2024, suggesting that the successor will appear no later than 2028, which makes sense because I believe I read that like Xbox plans the next generation like 2027 or something, and they're always like, you know, competing.
Right.
Making a lens is prior to the blah blah blah. Starting really fast. Let's see. Wow. PSP. Guess how much the PSP sold? Like how many units?
60 million.
82.5.
Damn.
Now guess how many the Vita sold?
15.
Did you look that up?
No.
That's exactly right.
Damn. Hell yeah.
Wow. Holy crap. That's kind of hot.
But also it's sad because the Vita
Vita's really good.
100% was like the Vita was like perfect in every regard, right? It had internet play. The games that came out for the Vita were banger. It had like you could play PS1, PS2, PSP, and stream certain PS3 games to it through the online store. Like it was just so good. I don't know. People slept on that system.
Oh, yeah, people absolutely slept on. Why did they sleep on the system though? I don't know. I genuinely don't understand it. I got it like when it came out, and I'm like, "This is awesome."
Oh yeah, it was awesome. And you know what? People are buying them now, and modding them because you can just
Oh really?
You know, jailbreak. You could jailbreak them and stuff, kind of, and just put emulators and whatever on them.
Huh.
But that system's just it was so nice to hold. Everything about it was just so user friendly.
Little Big Planet exclusively on it.
Yeah, they got that other game too, Tearaway from Media Molecule. That was a banger.
It really, God, what a good time. Also, didn't it have a remote play? Oh no,
remote play.
It had PSP had ad hoc, which was
it had remote play with PS4. They supported it all the way through.
Oh right.
Basically up to the PS5, honestly.
I remember I played one of the few times I played Watch Dogs from my PS4 on my Vita, and I thought it was super cool. I'm like, although the latency then was kind of ass, it was very noticeable, but during release, I'm not sure if they ever got fixed, but would you get it? Would you get a PS? Well, actually, what price would you get a PlayStation Portable?
It would have to be cheap. I get that they're probably not going to be just with the way games are now and stuff, but I honestly probably wouldn't pay more than I would say $250 for one.
And
I know that's asking a lot.
Right.
But I also think that, in my opinion, the PS5 is a train wreck of a generation. And that we're just like, there's no games to support it, really. So like, if it's only gonna play like PS5 and PS6 games or whatever, like I don't have anything I would like 100% be like, oh, I need it for this or this, or you know, even like the games that like PS4 had that were really good, right? I could play them on the Steam Deck because they're
yeah, exactly, yeah, right. So like, I agree that you're playing at like much lower resolution and stuff like that, but you like understand that trade-off.
I get the experience that I would still want, yeah, right. And that's the problem is if they try to soup it up, right, and like make it run as good as it can, right, you know it's going to be more than like $300 or $400 for that thing.
Right, exactly. And yeah, I don't know. I would be interested, but since PlayStation has shown that like a year after a game releases, they put it to Steam anyway. Like it's like, more about like,
no point.
Yeah, I should just be patient.
Right. And nothing has come out recently other
than talking about. There's
2. That, that I was like, I need to play this like day one on that system. So,
see, this is also Xbox's problem, but Xbox is kind of fixing it by having a stupid amount of studios bought. Is that game development time is just taking so long now that they can't come out with a lot of first party games because they don't have, Sony doesn't have as many studios.
Right, they're overworking themselves. And it's just like, it's a detriment because now nothing's getting done. So
I mean, we're not getting any more Nathan Drake. We're not getting Uncharted. Sorry.
Well, that's the problem too, right? This is going into a rant of like the problems with Sony recently. Is like, so they have like Spider-Man, they have a Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, and like God of War are like the big franchises for them right now. They've killed off like all the little guys, right? Little Big Planet's kind of dead.
Kind of, dude. The newest game, they removed him from the intro of like with the PlayStation logos. He's gone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It's all. They killed
Little Big Planet. Nathan Drake's like done. Right. Last of Us literally is dead.
Right.
As much as they like keep remastering and trying to do these like stupid updates and things, like the games are just. They are what they are, and that's fine. But like, I never want a Last of Us 3. I never want them to do anything with Last of Us again. I'm trying to even think. Jack and Dexter's been dead forever. Sly Cooper, there's rumors that it's like around somewhere being worked on, but
I don't believe so for a sec. Yeah,
again, Killzone's dead. Infamous is dead. Resistance is dead. Like all these great series from back in the day, like. They don't do anything with them anymore. It's like Guerrilla Games works on Horizon. That's it. Sucker Punch works on Ghost of Yotai, which is the new one. Right. And then Naughty Dog does what they kind of want to do, but they like have a reputable name, I guess, other than Last of Us 2. So like they can just kind of get away with it, I guess. And then Sucker Punch is like just Spider-Man right now.
Oh, there's Wolverine they're working on.
Oh, and Wolverine, right.
I honestly don't understand why these companies don't sell off some of their IPs. Like Sly Cooper, give it to Nintendo. Literally, Nintendo would knock it out of the park.
Right? Like, I don't know. Sony used to own like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, right? They sold those off like a long time ago. Back on PS1 when they were like really doing bad. And that was like the last time I feel like they sold like IPs ever, and they were just like, no, we're just gonna hold on to them and keep them hostage forever now, and never do anything with them.
Right.
Which just sucks because like, I'd love a new
Little Big Planet,
Big Planet, right? Another Little Big Planet. I need Tearaway. Like the other game they made was really good.
Didn't it not sell well though?
It didn't sell as good, but like I thought it was like. Right behind Little Big Planet in terms of like quality, but then they did like Dreams, and like Dreams was cool for like 5 minutes, but then like I don't know, it wasn't what they wanted it to be. There was no like love for that game other than like a hardcore community of it.
So, it does have a hardcore community?
It not anymore. I don't think. I'm pretty sure the servers are shut down if I remember correctly, but I don't know. But yeah, but then back to what the original point was, like, so they announced like Ghost of Yotai, right? Like what, like 3 or 4 years ago at this point?
Was it that long?
And like it's just coming out like this year or whatever. I mean, like, when did Forbidden West come out? That was like 3 years ago at this point, right?
I do not keep up with Horizon.
It was probably even longer, honestly. But like that was the last game that like Guerrilla Games did, right? Like, I don't know. It just takes so long for these guys to make games anymore that it's just so there's no excitement, because they'll announce it and then I'll forget about it for like 5 years until they're like, oh, here's another trailer. And then it's like, okay, like that's cool, but that showed nothing, right? Like, I don't know. Say what you will about Nintendo, right? And we get pooped on a lot for being fanboys or whatever. But like, Nintendo will announce a game, it'll be out next month. Nintendo announces a system, it's out next month or in like 2 months, right? Like it's wild their turnaround time, but also they like make games that are fun still.
right.
No, like,
yeah.
There's not many Nintendo games that come out that I'm like, that was terrible. Like
the only I would argue Peach, but
I was gonna say, and even Peach, like, it wasn't great for us, but like it wasn't bad to play, and I could see how other people would enjoy it. So.
Right, but they want to take a risk.
Right.
Like, okay, let's get some girls in here.
Yeah. But like, even like, I don't know, like I keep saying it too, that we're in this like age of like too many ninja games, right? And like Ghost of Yotai 100%, like I feel like is gonna get lost just in that sea of ninja games. But also like ninjas are easy, they always sell, right? It's just like, it's something that they're cool, right? I'll play every ninja game that comes out, but like I am getting sick of them.
What do you mean? You can't, you're not allowed to get sick of ninja games.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like so with Uncharted, like the A4 games, actually they made more than that, 'cause there's the 2 PSP ones, right? And like, you know, it's up to them, like, hey, we're done with Uncharted, we want to do other things. I totally get that. But then like after like 10 years, I don't think it's really a bad idea to like sell it off to another company, and then like, I'm not saying make Uncharted 5, but they could make, you know, Uncharted, you know, a new, you know, something new with it.
Right.
I thought, you know, but and then they
just come back to it. Yeah.
You know, or I don't know. Maybe somebody just needs more studios. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even think it's that they need more studios. I think they just need to stop with these, like, I don't know. Maybe we need to revert a little, right? Maybe we don't need these big open world, big cinematic, like,
no, there's way too
beautiful games anymore, right? Like, you know, back in the day, like, I remember playing I think Jack and Daxter was one of them, or Ratchet and Clank, one of those two. And when you beat the game, it literally said Jack and Daxter 2 will be out next year, right? And it's like, oh my god, hype, right? And there would be like ads in some of these games where like, oh, you're gonna like this one, the sequel's coming out in like 2 months. And it's like, what? Like, that's insane. Like, I miss that, like, culture for video games, where like we got these games so quick, but then it was like just so, they were so much fun, and I just feel like there was a lot more love put into them. Watching these like directs or editor streams or whatever they call them, right, where like, oh yeah, we worked on Ghost of Yotai, and all they show is like them doing character models or like backgrounds or whatever. I'm not saying like they're doing a bad job or anything like that. My point is that like, it's almost boring that like you're spending all this time doing these character models and making this game look gorgeous. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but like, do we need it? Right? Like, do I need the sweat on his like chin to be like animated and I need to see that in 4K? No, not really. You know, I'm fine with like a 1080p 60 frame game,
my problem with open world games is that they all copied Ubisoft, and it's like, okay, open world, okay, towers,
it's all
the
padding,
map,
right. It's all padding.
The
now,
stories like are barely
garbage.
the stories basically kind of suck. You know, it's just like the same. I don't know. It's always the same thing over and over. But
right.
Either way, I mean, it'd be interesting for Sony to get their hat in the ring with a portable game system. But the more I think about it, I'm like, no, I gotta keep it to myself. It's like just Switch 2 or just Nintendo consoles and Steam. You know, PC.
Right. The problem too is I just don't get why you would want to. I guess I understand like to combat PC and the Steam Deck and whatever, but also like, I don't know, just accept it. Release your games on the system, computer the same day, and you'll just like make more money, right? It's easy for Sony to do that. I don't know.
Well, so Sony doesn't do that because they want to incentivize people, like, hey, get a PS5 so you can finally play this game. And then when the hype dies down, which is a year later, they're like, okay, we'll put it on Steam. Well, you know, we'll put it on PC, which we've had ready for a while. So like, I get it.
Right.
And that's probably like the right move from a console perspective. Xbox does the opposite. It's like, no, we're like, we're releasing everything on Game Pass and what they're called on console and on PC Game Pass at the same time. And like that works for them only because Microsoft owns Windows. So like it's still their console, you know. They still like they get even on Steam. Yeah, it's on Steam, but like, you know, to them, like, okay, we're still getting a cut though. So that's what matters. We just want to be a publisher. But anyway, I probably won't get it for a PlayStation Portable. But hey, who knows? If they call it PSP and they give me Jack and Daxter, maybe just maybe
bring back all the good games again, not these newer games, and I'd have fun with it.